All right, boys, you ready to get your socks knocked?
My socks are firmly on my feet right now, so it's gonna have to be pretty good to knock them off.
My socks just got knocked yesterday. God damn. Okay. All right.
So, I present for the approval of the Midnight Society. I would like to start a series where I read to you the worst creepypasta I was able to find.
A bedtime story?
Internet.
Oh, that's such a good idea. I'm so excited. My socks are clear across the room.
You failed. The Midnight Council says no because I said no.
Why did you say no?
I prefer spooky spaghetti.
Fuck off.
Or macabre manicotti.
Ghoulish gnocchi.
That's not how you say it.
I know.
That's not how you say it, Brian.
But it was all I could come up with.
Every Italian on the planet just died because of you.
No, Italians aren't real.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Go ahead.
Okay, so for those who are uninitiated, creepypastas are based off of the term copypasta, which is things that get copy and pasted all over the internet. They're basically ghost stories for the internet. Things like Jeff the Killer and Slender Man and all that stupid stuff. There's a lot of really dumb ones, and they're written in a way that is as if a 13-year-old girl was trying to convince you that she was the first astronaut to land on the moon. And I find that delightful.
Hell yeah.
Now this is the story of Slender Boy.
Yeah.
No, this is Dark Mickey Mouse.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, nothing like a dark Mickey.
I'm pretty sure Mickey Mouse is just dark Mickey Mouse.
You would think, because he is in black and white. All right.
I was going to say because he's a capitalist pig, but yeah, go ahead.
That's what I was,
This is how the story starts. So do any of you remember those Mickey Mouse cartoons from the 1930s?
Of course.
Is that a question? Is that a question or is that the story?
That's how the story starts.
I remember them like it was yesterday.
The ones that were just put on a DVD a few years ago?
I remember when those first came out.
Yeah.
Well, I hear there is one that was unreleased to even the most avid classic Disney fans. According to sources, it's nothing special. It's just a continuous loop, like the Flintstones, of Mickey walking past 6 buildings that goes on for 2 or 3 minutes before fading out. First of all, in what episode of the Flintstones do they just walk in front of some buildings for 3 minutes and then it's over?
Do you remember that classic episode of the Flintstones where Fred just walks for about 3 minutes and then it fades out?
And they're like, yeah.
And there's just a laugh track in the background.
Yeah. Oh my god. Unlike the cutesy tunes put in usually, though, the song on this cartoon was not a song at all. Just a constant banging on a piano for 1.5 minutes before going to white noise for the remainder of the film.
Right, of course.
Horrifying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, okay, there's a couple of creepypasta tropes we're gonna run into. I haven't read most of this story, by the way. I read the first half and I was like, oh yes. Usually it's static, white noise, things glitching, somebody not having eyes.
Right. Mickey, he turned to me and his eyes started bleeding at me.
His eyes started bleeding and he said, I am God.
Another series, just another quick a little aside. Can we also do one of these kinds of series, but instead of you reading creepypastas, can I read Bigfoot erotica?
Yes. But that's a story for another day.
Yes.
It wasn't the jolly old Mickey we've come to love either.
We have come to love him.
Mickey wasn't dancing, not even smiling, just kind of walking as if you or I were walking.
I have always said that Mickey should smile more.
Yeah. Just kind of walking as if you or I were walking, with a normal facial expression. But for some reason, his head was tilted to side as he kept this dismal look.
I don't know if you've ever seen me walk, but it's certainly not normal.
I
not like a fucking cartoon.
I like the idea of he was walking like you or I would walk with that dismal look. It's like, whoa, don't bring me into this.
And like a normal facial expression? What does that mean? Does he suddenly have a photorealistic mouse face? I'm confused.
I hope so.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
Up until a year or two ago, everyone believed that after it cut to black, that was it. When Leonard Maltin was reviewing the cartoon to be put into the complete series, he decided it was too junk to be on the DVD, but wanted to have a digital copy due to the fact that it was a creation from Walt Disney.
It's a direct quote.
Did they just use the word junk as an adjective?
Yes.
They did, but the thing that I love about that is that, like, a Disney historian was like, well, this one's too shitty for the DVD, but
But I'm
Not
going
a
to keep
Disney
it because Walt
historian.
Disney
He's
made
a
it.
film historian. Easy. Also, if junk is going to be an adjective, it needs to be a positive one. Like, man, that was so junk.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that was junk, man.
When he had a digitized version up on his computer to look at the file, he noticed something. The cartoon was actually 9 minutes and 4 seconds long. This is what my source emailed to me. In full, he is a personal assistant of one of the higher executives at Disney and an acquaintance of Mr. Maltin himself. Quote, after it cut to black, it stayed like that until the 6th minute, before going back to Mickey walking. The sound was different this time. It was a murmur. It wasn't a language, but more like a gurgled cry. As the noise got more indistinguishable and loud over the next minute, the picture began to get weird.
Ooh.
You get weird, picture?
Pictures
The
getting
sidewalk
weird.
started to go in directions that seemed impossible based on the physics of Mickey's walking.
So is this like a Cthulhu kind of thing where it's like impossible because we just as humans can't understand
But
it?
also it's
Here's the
animated, so
thing.
it's fine,
Yes,
right?
a
Like,
human
that's-
being had to animate this, so if it's impossible, like, it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
So
it's-
yes, the physics don't apply.
He's just
And
watching,
Leonard Maltin
like,
is still alive, so
he's watching
Yeah.
like a Justice League cartoon and characters are flying through the air and he's like, that's impossible.
And the dismal face of the mouse was slowly curling into a smirk.
ooh.
I'm sorry, just it seems so mean to call
Yeah,
his
can you
face
just read that
dismal.
again?
I want my autobiography to be titled The Dismal Face of the Mouse. So, on the 7th minute, the murmur turned into a blood-curdling scream, parentheses, the kind of scream that is painful to hear, parentheses.
Cool. Thank you. Picture a
In
scream,
case
but
you
not
didn't
when.
know what blood-curdling
Yeah,
meant.
picture a scream, but not when you want to hear. Like when you don't want to hear.
Yeah. And the picture was getting more and more obscure. Colors were happening that shouldn't have been possible at the time.
In what way? In what way were the colors happening?
Oh no!
These colors shouldn't be possible.
Well, I guess
get
they're saying
what
that
they're-
like it's
yeah.
in color when it should have been in black and white.
Right.
But
Is that what they meant?
Yeah.
I just love the phrase "colors were happening."
It's just like he's running into the.
Shouldn't have been happening.
It's like just like a shot of like the feet like running down the hallway, and then he like bursts into the meeting room like, "Sir, the
Colors are
colors
happening.
this shouldn't be happening."
Get me the president.
Mickey's face began to fall apart.
No, Mickey.
His eyes rolled to the bottom of his chin like two marbles in a fishbowl.
Okay, that was
Oddly
very
specific.
poetic imagery.
Yeah. And his curled smile was pointing upward on the left side of his face.
So
What
a
about the
smirk.
right side?
Ooh, so scary. I hate the left side
That's
smile.
the only way I ever smiled in photos for like 8 years.
Disgusting.
Cool
terrifying.
guy Brian.
I do have a dismal face though, to be sure.
Yes, for sure.
The buildings became rubble floating in midair, and the sidewalk was still impossibly navigating in warped directions.
This sounds dope as shit.
This is pretty cool, yeah.
A few seeming inconceivable with what we as humans know about direction.
Again, it's animated. You could do
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like this guy sees Mickey Mouse walk on like a loop-de-loop road, and he's like, "That's impossible! It's so scary!
Running down the hallway again to a different office room.
I've never
I gotta
been so
tell ya."
scared in my life." Mr. Maltin got disturbed and left the room. Sending an employee
it
to
off?
finish the video and take notes of everything happening up until the last second.
Oh, very brave, sir. Send in your intern.
Now, I have another question. Did they consult... why Leonard Maltin?
I don't know.
So this is I don't know Leonard Maltin. This is a real
Yeah,
guy.
he's just like a
This is a real
famous
guy.
film reviewer. Yeah.
That's so funny. Why is
Like,
this
why
ridiculous?
call out Leonard like this?
Mr. Leonard Maltin then sent his intern off to
He
die.
was such a coward. He was like, I can't watch this.
Yeah,
You do it for
I
me.
have to believe that this person has a vendetta against Leonard Maltin.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Where was I?
He sent his intern to go get killed by Mickey.
Setting an employee to finish the video and take notes of everything happening up until the very last second, and afterward immediately store the disc of the cartoon into the Disney vault.
Okay.
I love how the Disney vault is like an actual vault to this person.
Where only the darkest Disney content may dwell.
That's where Song of the South is.
That's one.
This distorted screaming lasted until the 8-minute mark and a few seconds. And then it abruptly cuts to the Mickey Mouse face at the credits at the end of every video and what sounded like a broken music box playing in the background. This happened for about 30 seconds. And whatever was in that remaining 30 seconds, I haven't been able to get a sliver of information about.
Because the intern did a bad job.
Yeah.
From a security guard working under me who was making rounds outside of that room, I was told that after the last frame, the employee stumbled out of the room with pale skin saying, "Real suffering is not known," 7 times before speedily taking the guard's pistol and offing himself on the spot.
What? What?
Oh, real suffering is not known.
That just went off the chain so fast.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
This is my problem with a lot of bad creepypastas is like, all right, you got me on like a little spooky story, like it's this thing that they don't know like why it exists, and then you jump the shark 8 different times in one sentence.
Oh, God.
It's like, now you've lost your believability. Cool,
Yeah.
thank you.
Is that the end?
No.
Hell yeah.
The thing I could get out of Leonard Maltin. Like,
The
I
man
don't know
himself.
why it's-
Real
I don't
man.
know why it's Leonard Maltin. It's so funny. The thing that I could get out of Leonard Maltin was that the last frame was a piece of Russian text that roughly said, "The sights of hell bring its viewers back in."
The sights of hell bring its viewers back in.
I don't know.
Okay.
As far as I know, no one else has seen it, but there have been dozens of attempts at getting the file on rapid share by employees inside the studios, all of whom have been promptly terminated from their jobs.
Wait, they've all been fired?
Yeah, for trying to get the scary mouse tape.
Well, you gotta know, you can't get Mickey's secret tapes. They're all in the vault. He'll fire you right away.
You really don't want to know what's on Mickey's Secrets.
You do not want to know.
Whether it got online or not is up for debate. But if rumors serve me
It
right,
doesn't sound like it has.
Yeah, it seems like people are getting fired left and right
but
because it's
if
not
rumors
online.
serve me right,
Okay.
it's online somewhere under the name suicidemouse.avi.
On what? On
devil-
MediaFire? On what?
The devil uses .avi.
Terrible format.
It's the .avi that really gets me.
Oh, God.
If you ever find a copy of the film, I want you to never view it, and also to contact me by phone immediately, regardless of the time.
Damn, that means they're like waiting by. I'm gonna guess it's a landline. They're waiting by their landline 24/7, being like, "Who has the mouse tape?"
Contact me immediately by phone. Signed, Goofy P. Goofy.
Yuck.
When a Disney death is covered up as well as this,
Not
it
a
means
Disney
it has. It means it has to be something huge.
Dude, this is a classic Disney death. Like, usually they don't cover those up. Usually
Yeah,
they're
they
just
don't.
like,
Yeah.
another intern died today.
I've yet to find a copy of this, but it is out there. I know it. Please get back to me. TR.
Yup.
Tigger Robin Hood.
Wow.
That was my dramatic reading of suicidemouse.avi.
That's incredible.
Suicide
I mean,
Mouse.
keep on the lookout for it, you know?
Now,
Yeah.
is Mr. T.R. Hyuk insinuating that it's kind of like a Ring situation to where if you watch the tape, you kill yourself?
Yeah, it would
I
seem
guess
like that.
after you say, what was it? After you say the sights of hell bring its viewers back in 7 times.
I guess just if you watch the last 30 seconds. Like, it seems like if you watch everything else,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah,
and you
that's
get to
true, you're right,
continue
yeah.
being
Because
successful
Leonard
film
Maltin,
reviewer.
as we know, is still alive.
Right.
Right.
As I
Weird-
stated earlier.
Weird that he never wrote about this. You
Yeah.
would think,
Yeah.
hey,
He was
this
so disturbed.
this
Got
Mickey...
that big Disney money keeping him hush-hush.
Yeah, this... do you think he then, like, thought about putting it on the DVD? Like, he was like, well, I guess it's not as junk as I thought it was.
It actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, actually.
I wonder if it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's on...
It
yeah,
should
it's actually...
be.
It's definitely...
Everything's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. Come
Yeah,
on.
but there's a warning at the start of it that says that some of the things in it are of their time, so you should be careful if you want to watch it or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Making
feel like
Song of the
that's a
South
good solution.
Hey, quick sidebar. Did you guys know that Goofy's first and last name are Goofy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Goofy P. Goofy.
Isn't that
Goofy P.
fucking
Goofy.
crazy?
Goofy but goofy.
I watched
What does the P
Goofy.
stand
I
for?
watched Goofy movie for the first time like recently. And
Well, I mean,
saw
it's
that.
like how Scooby-Doo is Scoober-Doobert.
That's a
yeah.
fair point.
Yeah.
Oh
Chuck E.
god.
Cheese is Charles Entertainment Cheese.
It just says. It just
Actually,
says.
I think it's Scoobert Doobert Doo. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's his name. Yeah.
Scoober-Doobert Doo.
I
Where
feel like-
are you?
I feel like the Russian text at the end of the Mickey video just said Goofy's full name is Goofy
Yeah.
Goofy.
Now,
And that's what killed the person. It's like,
the
I
Russian
cannot know
part
this
is
unknowable
also
information.
interesting,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like, what is it? Are we insinuating that suicidemouse.avi is like a Soviet agent in the 1940s?
Yeah,
What-
maybe
like,
it's maybe it's like a communist ploy to like hijack Mickey and use him to kill a bunch of people. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's got hints, little sprinklings of the Polybius creepypasta in the sense that it's about, like, big government secretly in Russia.
Oh, really?
But
So this is kind of like a PragerU creepypasta. Is that what I'm getting out of this? This is where
Sure.
McCarthyism started.
This is where it
this
started and
this
where
is
it
the
ended.
beginning of McCarthyism.
Because McCarthy died after he saw Suicide Mouse.
That intern was Joe McCarthy.
Delightful.
All right. Thank you so much for this wonderful gift, Carol.
You're welcome. I have many gifts to give.
Yeah, and we will see all of you next
For
time on our.
Bigfoot erotica tomorrow night.
We'll see you next week for Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Heck yeah.
I love you.
On
Goodbye.
Friday.
Mwah.